Welcome back to a brand new video, friends. Look at my new sign. And the chicken shirt today says what? She is beauty, she is grace, she will peck you in the face. So, a messy kitchen is a sign of happiness. We know this is true, although my kitchen, it's not too messy for me right now. I do have some mashed potato flakes that have been on my counter for about 2 weeks now. And some noise from a kid in a bubble bath. I can hear toys being cleared in or out of a tub, and then my dishwasher. It's like the whole house now knows that I'm trying to film dinner. I am going to bring you three brand new casserole recipes. These 3 new casserole recipes, I'm going to do them over the next 3 nights. And what I am doing is I'm going to cook 1 for dinner, and then I'm going to do 2 or 3 extra for in the freezer. This way, I'm slowly building a freezer stash out of these meals, and I'm sharing new recipes with you that you can cook once and then eat 2 or 3 or 4 times for your family. So for tonight, we are making super easy, super quick and easy, large family style enchilada casserole. We will be making 4 9x13 pans, and then of course, stay tuned for 2 more casseroles after this. And then what I have here, you only need 4 pounds of ground beef. This is actually 5, you know, I end up cooking even more than my own recipes. We need 8 cups of cheese. I wasn't sure if this was quite enough. I got some mozzarella, that'll work. We need taco seasoning and onion, some green chilies, corn, enchilada sauce, and black beans. Also, this recipe will be over on largefamilytable.com. If you don't want to make 4 9x13 pans of this enchilada casserole, I also have directions so you can make 2. You can be sensible. You could make 1 9x13 enchilada casserole for dinner tonight and 1 more for the freezer. There you go. Let's get cooking our meat. Now, friends, I'm not really pouring this grease down the sink. There is a bowl under my colander here. Yes, I packed that pan with this 5.5 pounds of ground beef. Now, if you're just doing 2 pans, you could use 1.5 pounds of 2 pounds of ground beef. You can get away with 3 pounds if you're doing 4 pans, if you need to stretch it. Otherwise, perfect recipe says 4 pounds. And of course, I'm using 5.5. And then once it's strained, we're gonna put the ground beef back on the stove and put in our taco seasoning and enchilada sauce here for another minute. Okay, we're eyeballing. It's about 1/2 cup of taco seasoning, so I figured what was left, that is that. Now I'm gonna get about a cup or so of the enchilada sauce, and then we're gonna also add in, now I have the little cans, these are the little 4-ounce cans. My perfect recipe on the blog says 2 7-ounce cans, all I could get with these little ones. So that means, yes, we will get a few extra ounces in here, but that's okay because we're already cooking about 1.5 pounds extra meat. Actually, I have some tortillas that we were using for sandwich wraps today with lunch. So I'm going to use these. I didn't bother buying the smaller ones because I knew we had some of these bigger flour tortilla wraps. You can use the smaller, like soft shell taco size if you'd like. One of these will just cover the whole bottom of my pan, and that is fine. Here's the pretty picture of what it looks like when you're done. These are in foil pans. I'm going to use my glass pans because that's what I have right now. But yep, any pan you got will work. All right, so we're gonna have a little bit of headless Jamerrill action going on here so you can see all 4 pans going at one time. So now I'm gonna take the meat mix. Remember, this was the ground beef, some enchilada sauce, taco seasoning, and the green chilies. Also, we cooked the ground beef with onion. All right, so next up is corn. Now my recipe on the blog, we had used defrosted frozen corn. I'm using canned corn tonight. Super duper either way, whatever corn you got. Black beans. And I know this is a big hit at my house. If I had other side items, I would serve one of these with some sides. Mama don't have no other sides in mind right now. I mean, rice would be a great side, but I'm tired. It's been a busy day. Got our boy sheep and goats in their own pen today and all the things. So anyway, 2 pans of this for dinner, and I'm gonna get the other 2 in the freezer for dinners to come. So then we will do another layer, just like this. So I have had my oven preheating at about 350, 375. I should go over there and see. Anyway, I'm gonna put 2 of these in the oven and then we'll wrap the next 2 up. I got more plastic wrapping foil. I know, I'm excited. Well, I'm not excited because it's not the Costco big super mega foil and plastic wrap. You all know, you know. I got those big rolls years ago at Costco. I'm out. So it's just little Walmart rolls, but it's better than nothing. So let's get this in the oven. All right, so these 2 will go out to the freezer. We have some room in this one. Yes, there we go. Look, room to fill. These over here are 2 dinners and then 3 breakfast freezer meals. And these are popsicles that the kids are enjoying. Definitely, yay, okay. Gonna fill this up over the next few nights. So here we go, delicious enchilada casserole for dinner tonight. 2 more in the freezer, yay. Okay friends, got a little bit of frizzy hair. It's been humid, it's been raining, been working with animals, been walking a lot. Just all the regular Jamerrill stuff. So next up for these large family meals on a budget, dinner ideas, casseroles in particular. We are doing Hawaiian chicken and rice casserole. Oh yes, we are. It is oh so yummy. So I'm going to be making 2 9x13 pans. I will say, this is one that once you prep it and you cook it, you can take the extra 9x13 and then you can wrap it and make it a freezer meal for later. You can have Hawaiian chicken and rice casserole in a 9x13 pan tonight, and then you can have Hawaiian chicken and rice casserole in a 9x13 pan next Thursday, or next Thursday next month, because you've already prepped it, you've already done the work, and it's already in the freezer. I am going to make 2 pans of Hawaiian chicken and rice casserole because we're probably gonna eat 2 pans of it tonight. We have some extra folks for dinner and we're gonna eat dinner, so we need a lot of food. What can I say? Large family meals on a budget? Yeah, lots of them. So let's get making this up. So just as if I had my own little cooking show assistant, I got all my ingredients out on the counter to show you at one time. Only the Diet Mountain Dew. You don't need that to make Hawaiian chicken rice casserole. So we're gonna use 2 cups of long grain rice. Got a cup of brown sugar, 2 red peppers, an onion, some garlic, some pineapple chunks. We've got chicken broth. Now my recipe calls for 2 cups of liquid aminos, and you see, it's so sad, that's all I have left. So I will be using some regular old soy sauce, but you can use liquid aminos. So now let's get this ready. Alrighty, so in my bowl here, I'm gonna put my sugar, and then we're gonna get as far as we can with the liquid aminos. That's about 1/4 of a cup. Alrighty, and look at this. I am using a dry measuring cup for liquids this time. I like to keep it exciting. So that was a cup of brown sugar, 2 cups of soy sauce. We're doing 3 tablespoons now of minced garlic, and then 2 cups of chicken broth. At least try to behave. There you go. Okay, and then we're just gonna whisk that together. Alrighty, and now we're gonna do a cup of rice in each pan. Actually, real quick here, let me get my cooking spray. A cup of rice, and then we're gonna just divide our liquid between both. Okay, so then we will do half the onion in one, half the onion in the other one. Same thing with the peppers. Next up, we're gonna take a can of pineapple in its juice, it's pineapple chunks. I'm gonna pour a whole can over one. Same thing with this one. And we're gonna put, I got a 4-pound pack of chicken. I'm dividing the 3rd chicken breast in half here. 5 chicken breasts total in this pack. Now we're gonna cover it in foil and bake for about 55 minutes. The oven is preheated to 425. While those casseroles are in the oven, we are actually, I went ahead, this was a little before video, but you also need to cook up 10 strips of bacon. So I did that as part of my prep work, and ta-da, 10 strips of bacon. So while your casserole's cooking, you want to chop up 10 strips of bacon here. Okay, so then you take your casserole out, and we're just gonna take the chicken out here for a minute. How do you like me being my own tripod with my left arm? And we're gonna take 2 forks and just shred this chicken up. I'll show you what we're doing next here with it. Benjamin's talking to me from the other room, filming with toddlers. Put the sliced up chicken in here, but now you can mix it up with the vegetables and the rice and everything good that you got going on in your pan. Now, I didn't bring my other pan out quite yet because my other pan was on my lower shelf there and needed a few minutes longer. So I'm just working with my top pan right now. And the next amazing thing that we're gonna do here is we're gonna cover this in half of this bacon. Cook it for about 10 more minutes in the oven uncovered. And here we go, friends. 2 panfuls of Hawaiian chicken and rice casserole. Yum. I've had lots of requests for it, so I gotta serve it up now. Well, friends, we are back for evening 3. We are doing our 3rd casserole from our series here of cheap casseroles that feed a whole lot of people. Tonight we are doing baked millionaire spaghetti casserole. That's what we're gonna call it. I love doing different variations of baked spaghetti. I usually get cottage cheese in there or sour cream. This particular version of baked spaghetti, we're gonna be using cottage cheese and cream cheese. Now, I've had my meat cooking on the stove for a bit and I already have the water going for the noodles. So I'm gonna run around now real quick and gather up the other ingredients. My original recipe over the blog is enough for 2 9x13 casserole dishes. We're making 4. So to make 4, you need 4 pounds of ground beef. You need 4 pounds of noodles. You need an onion and some minced garlic to cook up in your meat. I also put some basil and some oregano and some parsley and some other good spaghetti meat sauce type seasonings in there. Then you need 2 8-ounce packages of softened cream cheese and also 2 24-ounce containers of cottage cheese. And of course, 12 cups of mozzarella shredded. You can do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain my meat. Got my water going. Pretty sure I forgot to tell you, you need marinara sauce as well. And if you didn't see that, I do have a metal mixing bowl under my colander here. Dump both things of cottage cheese in here and then both things of cream cheese. Mix it all up. Cup of cheese to do the 2 pans. Of course, we're going to do 4 pans. So I'm doubling that. And then my hand is a cup. Jamerrill's hand is a cup of cheese around the world, right? All right, now we'll just mix them together. So what's been happening today? Travis has been working on an air compressor project. I was working on my last big messy area in the basement. It's kind of an area where during our unpacking, a lot of like big trash bags that we packed in went, and we kind of just cherry picked, as I call it, got what we wanted off of it, and then it was just a messy area of the room. I think I've got about a fourth left. I work in layers. And then in addition to that, we've got the chicken run project going on. Lots of kids playing in the summer. I went ahead and ordered the homeschool stuff I wanted for this year, just because there's a lot of new homeschooling families this year, a lot of families looking into it, and my concern was I didn't know if there was going to be a run on homeschool curriculum, how there's been a run on toilet paper. Now it's July 1st. I thought a few weeks ago I better go ahead and get what I want so that we have it. We still aren't rolling into our fresh stuff, I'm thinking, for another 6 weeks or so. There's going to be our yummy layers for that. I'm going to get some pans going. Let's get noodles going too. So these are just little 1-pound boxes. I'm doing 4 of those. Okay. Looks like what I'm going to do based on my dishes that are available is recalculating. I have 2 9x13 bacon dishes available. The rest of them are in my freezer or out to friends right now, and I have several of these. It's like 11x18 or so. It says 4.8 quarts. What do you say? Yeah, so these 9x13s are 3 quarts. Okay. So, a little bit more. We'll see if we can fill all 3 of these. Okay, so I'm gonna put my ground beef back in this pot so I can pull the grease out in the bowl underneath it and also get my noodles drained. Okay, so I just poured this spaghetti sauce. This is where like things start to look real jacked up here. I needed to put my spaghetti sauce in my meat. I already did that. And then the remaining sauce to mix in with the noodles. I hadn't done that yet. My noodles are still in the colander. What could go wrong? But I'm doing it. This is what I would be doing if I wasn't making a video for YouTube. I do this kind of Ricky stuff and I don't care. So watch me do this. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have enough here. I was thinking it might only be 3 pans, but I think we have enough to do a 4th, do another big one. So yay, because I have those pans available. And I'm gonna go ahead and get 2 of these in the oven. I'm gonna cover them and cook them at 350 for about 30 minutes. Okay, so here are my big pans, my 11x18 4-quart casserole dishes of the Millionaire Spaghetti. Both of these are going in the freezer, and then I have 2 9x13s for dinner tonight. So here's the first Millionaire Spaghetti bake out of the oven. Well, ladies, we've made 10 extra casseroles for the freezer to help build my freezer stash. The 3 new recipes for the amazing enchilada casserole and the Hawaiian chicken and rice bake, and then also the baked Millionaire spaghetti casserole will all be linked in the description below. The directions for each recipe, like for the Millionaire spaghetti that we did tonight, the recipe on the blog will guide you through making 2 9x13 pans. And then of course I did a whole lot, jammed it up, so you can make a total of 4 9x13 pans. And this is a quick and easy easy way to fill your freezer with extra freezer meals by making your dinner and making enough to get 2 or 3 or 4 more in the freezer for future dinners for when real life happens. We don't even want to talk about all the unexpected adventures that come up in life. But yeah, when it happens tomorrow, you'd have a freezer meal in your freezer. Also, don't forget, for just a little bit longer, the over 65% off savings over at largefamilytablecommunity.com. I hope you join me over there because we have a whole lot of mega and lots extra, a lot of fun to help you feed your people. So I'll see you real soon with another brand new video. Bye-bye.